Check it. Fox.
Tonight, Operation Cyber Sting.
I gave up predicting on these guys a long time ago.
Fox 12 hits the streets to find a man accused of using the internet to meet up with a teenage girl. Have we seen the worst?
No riverbed there anymore. It's all up to here.
Tonight, how the fall flooding could affect people hoping to hit the slopes. Only on 12.
Tried to push it away from me and he shot me.
We'll show you the surveillance video cops say shows one of Fox 12's most wanted leaving the scene of a shooting. But first,
I think the women deserve just the same punishment as the men do. Regardless, either way, it's a minor child.
a local school district fires a teacher's assistant accused of having sex with a student. The story's only on 12 and first on Fox. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. First on Fox tonight, he's accused of shooting a teenager, and tonight cops hope surveillance video will help them catch one of Fox 12's most wanted. The shooting happened around 11 o'clock last night outside the Bilo convenience store on Highway 99 in the Hazel Dell neighborhood. That's where KPTV's Jamie Wilson is live with a story you'll see only on 12. Jamie?
Well, at first glance, this place may look like just your basic old-fashioned kind of food mart, but over here, you can see that customers may not realize that they are being watched and monitored on these high-tech security cameras. Last night, they captured images of a shooting, and now police want you to take a look at that video. Tonight, there is still evidence of a shooting and a crime scene here at the Bilo Food Mart, but nowhere more obvious than on Aaron Sims' right leg.
Oh, right here. And he came out right here.
18-year-old Sims says he was waiting for his sister on this bench outside the store when two men in a two-door Buick pulled right up to him. You can see them on this security tape. In a blue flannel shirt, Aaron says the men thought he was wearing gang colors.
Somebody came up to me and they were talking about gangs, and I was like, well, I don't know, dude, what are you talking about? And I noticed he had a gun, and I tried to push it away from me, and he shot me.
After the shot, cops say you can see the gunman jumps in his car, and both men speed away.
I didn't even realize it until I felt the blood rolling down my leg, and I tried to stand up, and I fell over.
When the pain finally set in, you can see that Sims limps into the store while calling for help on his cell phone. Confused customers walk in and out around him while he tries to make a connection. Finally, Sims has to use the store clerk's phone. He reaches his friend, and minutes later, he has a ride to the hospital.
It's pretty random. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't.
Sims says he doesn't know why he became a target, but he does know that he wants the shooter behind bars.
I'm gonna keep living here. I'm not scared to live here.
Now, deputies say the shooter is a Hispanic man in his 20s. He was wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt, and the men were driving in a light blue mid to late 80s Buick Century. If you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call the Clark County Sheriff's Office. Live in Vancouver tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, it happened at a crowded house, but tonight police need your help tracking down a witness in a deadly shooting. A bullet hit Desiree Settlemeyer in the head on Monday. Longview police do not know whether that shooting was an accident, a murder, or a suicide. Police want to ask people at the home what happened, but many of them left the house after that shooting. If you know anything, please call police.
Parents trusted her to watch over their kids in the classroom, but tonight a Rainier woman is charged with sexually abusing a child. Police say Christine Johansson, a teacher's assistant, raped a 15-year-old boy. KPTV's Kevin Quarry joins us now live with the story you'll see only on 12. Kevin?
Well, Shauna, both schools are on one campus. The property you can see in the distance there behind me, the elementary school where Johansson was a teaching assistant, and the school the alleged victim attended. Now, Fox 12 has obtained the indictment in this case. Johansson facing 24 counts of sex abuse, including rape. Tonight, there's no outward sign of trouble at this Rainier Elementary School, but the problems surrounding a former employee are no secret.
I had heard rumor, and I thought, what is she thinking?
Katie Crape knows the suspect well. In fact, she went to school with Christine Johansson. But tonight, Johansson is facing a long list of charges. Police say the 35-year-old had sex with a 15-year-old boy multiple times. At Johansson's house tonight, we tried to get a comment. While Johansson may be keeping quiet, the indictment against the former teaching assistant spells out a disturbing case. Prosecutors say the abuse happened over several months towards the end of the school year and during the summer.
A teacher of that caliber for working with students. I'm quite not sure how she got to the point where she got, but it should have never happened.
Investigators say Johansson gave the boy alcohol more than once. Although it's rare to see a woman facing these kinds of charges, parents hope that doesn't make a difference.
I'm sure he's damaged mentally because evidently he was led to believe this was okay, and it's not okay.
Johansson has been fired from her job, but parents we talked to hope the punishment is far more severe.
I don't think she should ever work with children ever again. She should be banned.
Regardless, either way, it's a minor child. A minor child, that is molestation. So, I mean, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Now, I'm told Johansson has 2 kids of her own, one close in age to the alleged victim. I did talk to the boy's family tonight, and they had no comment. Reporting live at Rainier tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, friends and family search for answers after 2 women disappeared on the Oregon coast. It happened after the floodwaters invaded the area yesterday. Today, someone found the body of one of the women. Elma Benefiel was near Glen Eden Beach, close to the spot where she and her daughter-in-law were last seen. Tonight, that daughter-in-law, Jan Benefiel, is still missing. KPTV Stephanie Kralovich talked with the women's family.
Our whole family's down here hoping.
Becky Nikolai headed for the coast as soon as she found out last night her 78-year-old mother and 61-year-old sister-in-law were missing.
They know the beach, they know the waves.
Elma Benefiel lived in Beaverton but visited the Oregon coast often. She and her daughter-in-law, Jan Benefiel from Idaho Falls, had been staying at a vacation rental house on Glen Eden Beach south of Lincoln City. When the heavy rains let up yesterday afternoon, the 2 left the house to take a walk along the beach. They were last seen at 4 p.m.
They think that they ended up either getting hit by a wave or falling off the cliff, either one. We're guessing that it's probably a wave that took them.
The Coast Guard, search and rescue crews, and the Depot Bay Fire Department searched the area into the night. This morning, a homeowner spotted a body on Glen Eden Beach about a mile north of where the 2 women were last seen. It was 78-year-old Elma Benefiel.
It's more shock right now than anything else. This is such a freak accident that you don't believe it.
Krista Nikolai says both her grandmother and aunt were in extremely good shape for their age, with many active years still ahead of them. That is why the news of what happened is especially troubling.
They're in such good shape, such lively, active women. It just doesn't make sense at the time. I don't know. It hasn't hit me quite yet.
On the Oregon coast near Glen Eden Beach, Stephanie Kralovich, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, tonight the rain is slowing down, and that is good news for people living along the coast. Several trucks hauled in more rocks today to fill in the base overlooking Glen Eden Beach. Heavy rains and high seas removed large portions of the bluff earlier this week, forcing those who lived in 3 homes to evacuate. Lower tides today helped crews secure the bluff and stop it from moving anymore.
It's really the tides that do all the damage. Just where you have tide and then storm surge on top of that, driven by high winds, that drives the water up, and the water really does all the damage by eroding the lower bank, and then everything falls down from above it.
Ron and Carol Schaff live in Tualatin. They own one of the 3 homes that are threatened tonight. They say the erosion to their beachfront property could have been prevented, but they were not allowed to install a barrier to protect the bluff below their property.
And homes on the Oregon coast are not the only ones in danger tonight. Flooding also has people living near the Cowlitz River out of their homes this evening. KPTV's David Wilson joins us live from Longview tonight with more on that. David?
Yeah, tonight the Cowlitz River is finally about 5 feet below flood stage, but it crested yesterday afternoon about 2 feet above, sending waves of water over its banks into nearby homes. Emergency crews say near Castle Rock about 24 homes were hit with the high water. Tonight, 8 to 10 are still trying to bail out. Some of those homes near the river were built up high enough that water only got into crawl spaces and garages, but others got water inside. One had as much as 5 feet. Closer to Kelso, people say high water was also a problem. They say it was causing the sewer systems to back up. One man said he had to wade through sewer water to get to work.
The water coming out of the sewage pipes was about up to there, up to my waist level, pouring out. And at the end of where we need to get out of my road, it was up to my chest. It was up, cars was getting stuck, trucks were getting stuck. It was everywhere. Water was like a river through the whole street was coming through from the hills.
And many say this is by far the worst rainstorm they've ever seen and probably the worst flooding they've seen since 1996. We're live in Kelso tonight. David Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, a set of showers just passed through our area a half hour ago. Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson is tracking the storm system. Mark, how much more rain is in our future?
Yeah, not too much more tonight. That's the good news there. But, boy, we have a lot coming up in the 7-day forecast. I'm more interested right now in what's going on in the Cascades. I just checked out those temperatures up on Mount Hood. Timberline running at 27 degrees at this hour, 33 down at Government Camp. So things are cooling down there. And if you were outside earlier today, you know you could feel the cold air above because what it did, it made the air unstable. And we had scattered thunderstorms on the west side of town, also up to the north in Clark County. Kind of a wild day all around. And it is pretty cool out there this evening. Take a look at these temperatures around the metro area at this hour. Everybody's in the 40s, 46 here in Portland, 45 in Hillsborough. It feels more like it should instead of that weird tropical air mass that we had over us for a few days. Well, as I mentioned, I think most of the showers dying down for the rest of the evening. The clouds are moving off to the east, but we've got another big storm, actually 2 big storms on the way. We'll talk about that in the first live and local forecast.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
Operation Cyber Sting hits the road.
I think you have mistaken identity.
Is it?
Yes, I believe so.
Wait till you see what deputies say they found in the car of this man accused of trying to have sex with a 16-year-old girl. All roads to Mount Hood Meadows washed away in the fall floods. We'll take you to the scene of the slides to see what they're doing to dig out. Saving big bucks on your holiday shopping. Coming up, a way to get cash back plus free shipping at dozens of online stores. Would you get your ears stapled if it meant losing weight without diet or exercise? Well, before you grab the stapler, watch as we put this new diet gadget to the test. And will Michael Jackson thrill you again? His plans to bring back one of his biggest albums in the Hollywood buzz.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First live local. First live local with fall flood updates all morning long. You need overnight developments, we've got it covered. Good Day Oregon tomorrow morning starting at 5 on Fox 12 Oregon.
There once was a place that was slightly odd, that tacked a nickel onto every bottle, complicated trash day with plastic bins, gave prime real estate to everyone, zigged where most places zagged, and generally started doing every little thing as if the earth depended on it, which, oddly enough, it does.
For more energy and earth-saving tips, visit portlandgeneral.com.
Teens go undercover to bust local businesses who sell to minors. See who got caught coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
It might mean less stops at the pump, or that you've got better things to spend your money on than gas. Maybe it's just doing your part, or being a part of something bigger. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her.
Burger.
She kissed me.
Fries. Then a 24-year-old bottle of French Bordeaux. The Carl's Jr. $6,000 combo meal, exclusively at the Palms.
The new Fox Thursday starts at 8 with an all-new Till Death. It's wife versus mother, and Brad Garrett's caught in the middle.
Do you happen to own a protective cup?
Then at 9, Thanksgiving comes early to an all-new OC.
Summer, how you doing? Better than the 2.8 billion people living below the poverty level.
The OC, Thursday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Tonight, this Beaverton man is behind bars accused of brutally beating an elderly man. Authorities say Alejandro Huerta Galicia and Tiffany Goldsworth attacked and robbed the 73-year-old man at his apartment back in February. Cops arrested Huerta Galicia this morning at a Beaverton construction site. He's in jail now. Police arrested Goldsworth shortly after that crime. In August, she was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Police are investigating a possible arson in southwest Portland. Just before 6 o'clock last night, somebody reported a possible burglary at an apartment on southwest Troy. Cops searched the area and found nothing at that time, but a couple hours later, they were told that one of the apartments in that area was on fire. Firefighters put out the blaze, but it did cause some minor damage. Police detained 2 people, but have not yet made any arrests.
Tonight, more than a dozen people are behind bars, all part of a suspected crime ring. Police in Woodland, Washington say they broke into shops and bars, stealing cash and property to fuel a drug habit. It happened at dozens of small businesses in southwest Washington. And coming up new at 11, proof that cops don't give up on criminals. We'll show you which clues helped cops crack those cases tonight at 11.
Well, tonight, a new twist to Operation Cyber Sting. This time, instead of coming to a home to try to hook up with a teenage girl, a man unwittingly had deputies come to him. For 3 days, Multnomah County deputies, along with help from federal ICE agents, used this home to talk to local men on the internet. The deputies posed as teenage girls, meeting older guys and letting them come over, supposedly to have sex. Well, 2 men showed up, but the third refused, instead instructing the girl to meet him in southeast Portland. Fox 12 cameras caught the arrest on tape. KPTV's Carrie Tomlinson even questioned the man, and she joins us now live with more. Carrie?
Well, that's right. Operation Cyber Sting was set up to work out of a house. But when the suspect went mobile, so did the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department to catch the man behind these very graphic chats, someone they think is a predator. And we warn you, parts of the chat may be disturbing. Tyrell wanted to meet his underage girl alone. But she brought chaperones.
What the is happening? What? Police. Oh!
For a while, though, it looked like deputies would never meet with Tyrell at all.
I gave up predicting on these guys a long time ago.
Paul Farnstrom with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office went online as a 16-year-old girl we'll call Tara. 23-year-old Tyrell liked what he saw.
Honestly, I think you may be younger than 16.
He said that he wanted to do some grinding, and he wanted me to wear a skirt without any underwear.
Night after night, Tyrell kept up the chat.
Would you at least give me a I shouldn't try to solicit this from a young girl like you, but you seem cool and horny and cute.
I would love to see Tyrell come in today.
But Tyrell was nervous, thinking Tara might bring the cops.
He never came over. So I feel like this is unfinished business, and Tyrell should show up tonight.
Finally, just as the sting was wrapping up, Tyrell set up the date. He asked Tara to meet him at the Taco Del Mar parking lot in southeast Portland, right across from the youth hostel where he was staying.
So I know it's not a trap like a police sting. Laugh out loud.
He told her he would watch from his car, and when she got dropped off and was standing alone, he would walk up to her.
Got a surprise waiting for him.
I think there's a mistake. I don't know what you're trying to do.
We do a story on online predators, men who chat with teenage girls and ask them for sex, underage girls.
Are you serious?
Your name is Clayton Tyrell Shaw,
That's correct.
Baker City. Your mother's name is
That's correct.
and you never asked to meet anyone here?
No.
How long are you going to keep that up?
What up? I wasn't here to meet anybody.
You a good liar?
That would be what?
Finally, Tyrell began to talk.
Did you talk about meeting up with anybody?
Yes.
At the Taco Del Mar?
Yes. But I was never gonna do anything.
So you told her you were going to have sex with her?
No. That's incorrect.
What did you tell her?
We just talked about sex. I didn't say I was gonna have sex with her.
We remind him of the chats.
If you came to Southeast right now, I'd your for sure.
Did you say you were going to suck her dry?
I don't know precisely.
Do you want us to bring out the chat logs?
Sure, I mean, I'm not admitting it, I'm not disqualifying it, but I took no action.
Deputies and decoys have a different view of Tyrell's behavior.
That's why he got nervous about it. He knows this is not acceptable.
They pulled a large knife and hammer handle from his car.
I mean, that was like that long. That was a big knife, big blade.
Tyrell told detectives the weapons were for his own safety. But one decoy worries about the safety of teens he might meet in the future.
I would just be scared if I was a real girl looking to go out on a date with him, because that's not normal to have in your car, for all I know, but that's definitely sketchy.
Tyrell, his full name Clayton Tyrell Shaw of Baker City, says he did not commit a crime. He is, however, facing charges of attempted sex abuse in the 3rd degree. Now, we asked him if he felt it would be morally or ethically wrong, instead of legally wrong, to talk to a 16-year-old girl online about sex, and he said no. In his belief, it is not. Reporting live, Carrie Tomlinson, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, catching predators is only half of the equation. Parents also need to keep their kids safe, and to help them learn how, Fox 12 has made this public service announcement.
It's a growing trend, men going online to meet young kids.
Here at Fox 12, we want to help you protect your child from becoming a victim of internet predators.
As Multnomah County Sheriff, I encourage parents to be on the lookout for these warning signs. Does your child spend a lot of time online, especially at night? Does your child receive letters or gifts from someone you don't know? And has your child become withdrawn from the family?
Learn how to answer these questions and more at KPTV.com.
Fox 12 Oregon and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office working together to keep your family safe. And coming up tomorrow, we will take you behind the scenes of Operation Cyber Sting, find out what it takes to put this type of sting together, hear from the detectives involved, and see the deputies take down all the suspects tomorrow night on the 10 o'clock news.
And still right here tonight, he was one of the most controversial members of the White House staff.
Now Donald Rumsfeld is out of a job. Find out who is tops on the president's list of replacements.
Also, doctors tie a new health risk to sugary drinks, why pop will rot more than your teeth.
And Britney steps out just hours after dumping K-Fed. What she did first, right after filing for divorce.
Big downpours out there today. We had the rain coming down, some spots of hail, some thunderstorms, but I think we have a break coming up for the morning drive. Will that continue into the afternoon? We'll let you know coming up in the first live and local forecast.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First live, local.
The biggest RV sale of the year is here. The 48th annual Portland Metro RV Show, November 8th through November 12th at the Expo Center. Save thousands with special incentives on new 2006 RVs. Just imagine where it might lead.
Bex, I need the closest dentist.
Dr. Victoria Repka, 555 no pain. She's 5 minutes away.
Thanks.
How?
Dex, don't ask.
Vega Locksmiths on 8th Street.
Thanks.
What do you need, Grandpa?
Coffee.
I know 93 coffee shops.
No, they're by your foot.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Sort of.
Dex. For the most complete local info, Dex is the one that gets used. Dex knows.
First dates, weddings, meetings. You can wear the same suit to almost any occasion, but why would you? When Men's Warehouse offers 100% wool suits starting at $200, you're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Still tonight, see what makes the Fox 12 final cut.
A weight loss plan that uses staples in your ear, not your stomach.
Also, a way to save the earth with lingerie.
And getting cash back for holiday shopping online.
These stories and much more tonight on the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Think your chances of finding the right car at the right price is 1 in a million? Think again. It's the $1 Million Reduction Sale going on all this month at Car Chevy World. This month only, get into a 35-mile-per-gallon 2007 Chevy Aveo, only priced at just $84.95. That's a new Aveo for just $84.95. So get into Car Chevy World now before your 1 in a million chance to save gets away. That's the $1 Million Reduction Sale going on now at Car Chevy World.
He's my friend, and I'm happy to say we like peas in a pod. We like it that way. We got a bucket of laughs. It's a gas, and he's my very best friend.
Your money is always close at hand with 1-2 free bill pay from Sterling Savings Bank. So now you can pay bills and manage your accounts anytime, day or night. 1-2 free bill pay, only from Sterling, the perfect fit bank.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Arby's.
Wow, nice job.
See, I told you we could do it ourselves.
When you're thinking Arby's, you can't think about anything else.
Like 4 RV Swiss melts for just $5. Delicious thinly sliced roast beef topped with melted Swiss on a toasted sesame seed bun. At 4 for only $5, this mouth-watering deal will have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Anyone and everyone should line up for a flu shot this season. That's the call from Oregon's health workers. Unlike years past, we're told there is more than enough flu vaccine to go around, and therefore no need to reserve supplies or decide who should get it first. There are still some healthcare providers, though, who have not gotten their shipments yet, but the vaccine will continue to arrive through next month. Oregon is on track to receive a record amount of the vaccine just in time for flu season, which, by the way, peaks in February.
In tonight's Health Watch, a warning for those of you who like sugary drinks. Swedish researchers say people who add sugar to their drinks or drink a lot of soda run a higher risk of getting pancreatic cancer. They studied almost 80,000 people, and the group who had fizzy or syrup-based drinks at least twice a day were 90% more likely to get pancreatic cancer than those who never touch the stuff. Also, those who add sugar to drinks about 5 times a day had a 70% higher risk of getting the disease.
You may have been hearing about a windstorm on the way for this weekend. Well, we've got new information here in the Weather Center. We'll let you know if that's still possible, and we'll meet Betsy the weather cow coming up.
Also up at the mountain, fall flooding wipes out all roads to Mount Hood Meadows. A look at the damage and what it will take to get them back in business.
Plus, busting businesses who sell liquor to minors. We'll talk to teens who went undercover to catch them in the act.
And some staple their stomachs to lose weight. Now one doctor says you can slim down by putting staples in your ears. And we will put that to the test in the final cut.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Looking for a great local job? Here are a few Northwest jobs from Fox 12 Oregon, powered by JobDango.com. Pacific Material Handling Solutions is hiring forklift technicians, positions located in Eugene. U.S. Funding Group is hiring loan officers, positions located in Vancouver. And Evergreen Tree Care is hiring outside appointment setters, positions located in Washington. For details on these local jobs and thousands more, or to advertise your jobs, go to KPTV.com and click on Northwest Jobs at the left side of our homepage.
The crazy little things that you do when I take on. Fly me away on an aeroplane, high in the sky. Wanna see you again. Wanna know this time, gotta tell you what I'm feeling.
It's a November to remember at Vancouver Ford. Remember nothing. At Vancouver Ford, pay nothing down. Pay nothing until next year, and it costs you nothing to finance. Plus, you still get incredible values like Rangers under 10 grand and F-150s from $13,944. It costs you nothing. $0 down, 0 payments until next year, and 0% financing. Plus, every new vehicle comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. Don't miss November to remember exclusively at Vancouver Ford.
Brittany hit the town just hours after dumping her hubby. Her sleek new look ahead on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
There's never been a better time to donate your vehicle to Portland Rescue Mission, because our full-service shop may recondition your car to maximize its donation potential. So help drive away hunger by calling Portland Rescue Mission today at 503-MISSION.
I can't protect you. Can't tell you to take another route or make the driver look before he turns. I don't, in fact, even know you. But I'll be there to help you heal and ride like new again. Just like you'll be there for me.
We are all connected and thousands strong. Regents. Together, we can take charge.
Mattress World's having a free mattress sale.
Purchase a select Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, or Stearns & Foster and get a premium guest bed absolutely free.
Purchase a luxury mattress set and get a second set worth $500 absolutely free.
No interest, no payments for 1 full year and free delivery.
Sale ends November 30th.
Mattress World's hard-to-find locations will save you money.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
We can't beat any price on any comparable mattress, and the mattress is free.
The star of our menu is back. IHOP Super Rooty Tooty Fresh and Fruity Combos. It's a famously fun deal now appearing with all your favorites, and it's only at IHOP. Come hungry, leave happy, and pick up an IHOP gift card for the holidays.
Your Vote 2006 will soon put the Democrats in control of Congress for the first time in more than 10 years. The Democrats now have 51 out of 100 seats in the Senate, and they'll also have control of the House in the next session. The Democrats also did very well locally. Ted Kulongoski won another term as Oregon's governor. Darlene Hooley will represent the 5th District for a 6th term. Some Republican incumbents did keep their seats. New tonight, we've learned that Republican Karen Minnis has won another term representing District 49. However, she will no longer be the Speaker of the House because her party is no longer in control.
Well, last night's election wasn't the only big story going on. Everyone was also focused on the weather. And tonight, all that rain is keeping people from getting to Mount Hood Meadows. Highway 35 around Mount Hood is buried under thousands of tons of rock and debris. KPTV's Jim Hyde has the story now from News Control.
The pouring rain redirected the course of the White River, ignoring the bridge and smothering an 8-mile stretch of the road around Mount Hood. The new face of the White River Canyon takes the channel everywhere the highway maintenance crew does not want it to be.
It's undermined, it's undercut from the original bridge for about 8 miles down towards Robin Hood Campground.
The yellow line down the middle of the highway is briefly visible, but the bridge is buried, guardrails mangled, and the stream of water flows where traffic can't. Cleanup will take a while. Truckloads of the bigger rocks are being driven via Forest Service roads further down the Hood River, where it's also damaged the highway.
No riverbed there anymore. It's all up to here.
The sound is like raining bowling balls, filling and clunking down the White River Channel, the water cutting gutters on its new edges. Highway 26 to 35 is the main route from Portland in the Willamette Valley to skiing at Mount Hood Meadows. The sign can point anywhere it wants, but no one's driving through here for a while.
Hopefully they'll get 35 cleared up from Hood River and they can get in that way. The only other access would be on Forest Service roads.
Mount Hood Meadows had planned to hold training for employees this weekend, hoping to see skiable snow soon. That training is on hold tonight. There's a link to the latest information from Meadows on our website. Reporting from News Control, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
And be sure to keep it here on Fox 12 for the very latest on your first live local weather and traffic. Andy Carson and Tony Martinez will have the latest tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon.
And Mark is here now. Boy, this comes as no surprise to our weather team, right? We got to give you a little credit for this.
We've seen this happen a whole bunch of times. And sure enough, Drew Jackson was here Sunday night, and he said, hey, this might happen. Take a look at this.
And a big heavy rain event like this sometimes is enough to unleash that dam, if you will, and a big flood of water comes down the White River Canyon and can be strong enough to completely knock out this bridge in some cases in the past along Highway 35.
I think that was pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
Amazing, Drew Jackson. Kudos where kudos are due there. But that's happened a whole bunch of times the last few years. It's always a trouble spot for the State Highway Department, and I'm sure they'll be saying, well, should we build a tunnel? Should we build a higher bridge or what? Well, also up on Mount Hood, something very similar, or Mount St. Helens. This is not Mount Hood, hopefully. But up at Mount St. Helens, where, of course, there's still a little bit of steam coming out, along the North Fork of the Toutle River, there is a sediment retention structure here. You see it on the way up to the Johnston Ridge Observatory. On Monday, during the flooding, highest flow in 20 years passing over that. So luckily that structure is there to capture a lot of the sediment, or else the Columbia River and the Cowlitz River would fill in with mud and would cause trouble for shipping. But once again, a huge flow there as well. So the mountains really got hammered. Not quite as much down here in the valleys. Yeah, it was wet, but at least we didn't have widespread flooding. I did capture this down at Almsey. Look at the tug pulling away the logs from the high Willamette River. It comes back for a few more logs, keeping it away from the submarine right there. So kind of interesting down there today. Now, I spent this afternoon with some young folks. This was down at Beaver Creek Elementary, first grade, and I thought this was just fascinating. They have what they call Betsy, I guess Beaver Creek Betsy, the weather cow. And they dress up this cow, as you can clearly see, for the weather each day. I forgot to ask them if that was a predictor, if they do it after they know what the weather is doing. You see the little wet booties there and the slicker there. They've used the T-shirt, you know, during the wet, warm weather. It was kind of a tricky one. I said, do you put on shorts or do you put on the rain slicker or both? Kind of a tough call. Well, take a look outside at this hour. We do have calm conditions out there. We have had showers passing through the area. And still officially at the airport, 47 degrees with a few scattered rain showers. That snow level way down there, 3,600 feet. There will be snow in the Cascades during the daytime tomorrow on the roads, not falling out of the sky because this weather system is moving off to the east. So we have a break tomorrow. That's the big story, kind of a quiet weather day. But look at this big storm developing way out here. It's starting to curl up. Lots of cold air coming in out of the Gulf of Alaska, warm tropical air ahead of it. Perfect ingredients for a powerful storm. The bulk of that will go to the north. The strong winds, the damaging winds up here. That cold front's going to come on in probably Friday morning. So that gives you that big break. 8 a.m. tomorrow, look at that. Just some snow flurries in the Cascades. Maybe an afternoon shower tomorrow. Can't rule it out, but I think a pretty dry and quiet November day. Then Friday morning, right around the morning commute time, the rain moves back in. Pretty heavy rain, a real sloppy, windy day on Friday. Probably no damaging wind and probably no flooding rains, but still kind of messy. But your weekend getaway, different story. Another system comes in Sunday. I don't think we'll see damaging winds here in the metro area. It will be a stormy day at the coast on Sunday and lots of snow in the Cascade Passes, maybe a foot or two over the weekend. Snow level, here's the pass elevation. Only briefly goes above the passes, maybe on Sunday for better driving then. But if you're going across the Cascade Passes on Saturday, it does look messy. And I don't expect damaging winds here in the metro area Sunday, but it looks, well, kind of stormy off and on Sunday through next week. You'll see that in the 7-day. But tomorrow, quiet day, as I mentioned, partly cloudy in the valleys, temperatures in the mid-50s. East side, maybe a snow flurry in the morning, then dry in the afternoon. 4 to 6 inches maybe total in the Cascades tonight. Snow level about 3,000 feet in your first live and local forecast here in town. Morning showers just scattered here or there, and then mostly dry, maybe a sprinkle in the afternoon. 48 at midday, and by afternoon about 52 degrees. Just a light wind that won't really be a factor tomorrow. Then that 7-day forecast, a little bit stormy on Friday, stormy again later Saturday into Monday. Once again, I don't expect damaging winds at this point, but looks like a real active weather pattern continues. We'll watch each storm to see if any single one of them could possibly produce flooding or damaging winds, and then lots more mountain snow coming up as well. And Andy has the latest coming up tomorrow morning. That begins at 5 a.m.
In tonight's final cut, out of a job, the president pulls the trigger and dumps his controversial defense secretary. Not out of luck, if you like to light up, we've got the latest on the all-smokers airline. And is this out of line? Hear the new use for a new kind of bra. This is the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Hi, Leo Hillier, Hillier's Mid-City Ford. Before you buy any new car, please look at our new inventory of Mustangs and Roush Stage 3s. 427 horsepower and trip. Diesel. I know. We have more trucks than ever and they're priced to move now. Remember, all Fords are created equal. Hillier's Mid-City Ford makes a difference. Diesel and I invite you to come see why today.
There once was a place that was slightly odd, that tacked a nickel onto every bottle, complicated trash day with plastic bins, gave prime real estate to everyone, zigged where most places zagged, and generally started doing every little thing as if the earth depended on it, which, oddly enough, it does.
For more energy and earth-saving tips, visit portlandgeneral.com.
Breaking news! The Incredible Family is taking a super vacation. Next stop, Disney on Ice. Disney presents Pixar's The Incredibles in a Magic Kingdom adventure. Super fun. Super excitement. Super surprises. And kids, help The Incredibles with your free Incrediband. It's a super blast.
Playing November 15th through the 19th at the Rose Garden. Get your tickets today.
In Michael Jackson's career rise from the dead, his plan to reinvent Thriller, plus everything else you need to know next on the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Wake up to an entire year of savings with Comcast. For just $33 a month, get America's #1 high-speed internet with McAfee security, enhanced cable TV with on-demand, or Comcast digital voice with unlimited nationwide long distance and 12 popular calling features. That's right, only $33 each per month for 12 months. Subscribe to 1, 2, or all 3. It's your choice. Offer extended through Thursday. Call 1-800-COMCAST now for one of our best deals ever.
Unwrap the body you've always wanted for Christmas with the holiday makeover from LA Weight Loss. 'Tis the season for losing. Get the body you always wanted just in time for the holidays.
4 weeks, 14 pounds, gone.
In just 5 weeks, you could lose up to 20 pounds. I did it.
LA gave me back my confidence.
Take it off for the holidays with the Holiday Makeover from LA Weight Loss.
For the center nearest you, call 1-866-595-TRIM.
A Hummer can take you places you've never been before, but you need to buy one first. There's only one place to become a Hummer owner. That's Vic Alfonso Hummer, Oregon's exclusive dealership with the largest Hummer inventory around.
Right now, own a new 2006 H3 for $27,500, or for a limited time, only 0% APR for 60 months on any new 2006 Hummer.
Don't be left behind. If you've got places to go, go to Vic Alfonso Hummer first, what other luxury dealerships try to be.
Stand by the final cut in 3, 2, 1, cue 'em.
In news from across America tonight, a big shakeup at the White House. Donald Rumsfeld stepped down as the Secretary of Defense today. Tonight, President Bush says he wants Robert Gates to take over the job. Gates is a former CIA director. Rumsfeld will continue to work until the Senate approves Gates. Rumsfeld was highly criticized for his policies in Iraq. A heated abortion debate at the Supreme Court today. Justices and lawyers on both sides discussed whether Congress was within its rights when it banned partial birth abortion in 2003. The federal law signed by President Bush calls the procedure gruesome and inhumane, but 6 federal courts have said the law restricts a woman's constitutional right to an abortion. An anti-abortion protester disrupted the graphic discussion when he started shouting an hour into it. Police had to drag him away. Hundreds of people on both sides of the issue gathered outside the courthouse.
Convicted sniper Lee Boyd Malvo was sentenced to life in prison in Maryland today. This is in addition to the life sentence he received in Virginia for similar murders. Malvo pleaded guilty last month to 6 sniper attacks in Maryland, but he will probably never serve time in Maryland. He must return to Virginia at the end of the trial. Malvo and accomplice John Allen Mohammed terrorized parts of Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia during a 3-week string of sniper killings back in 2002. Miami police want to know who shot and killed a University of Miami football player. Somebody shot 22-year-old Brian Pata last night after he left practice. It happened in the parking lot of his apartment complex. He was pronounced dead at the scene. This is just the latest drama to hit the team. It dealt with another shooting this season and was part of a wild on-field brawl last month.
Now to Ohio, where fire investigators returned to the scene of a house fire that killed 4 children. Fire swept through the home in Cleveland early yesterday. 3 people escaped the flames, 1 who jumped from a second-story window, and 2 boys who were pulled to safety by a passerby. The children who died range in age from 1 to 14. Fire investigators say it looks like that blaze started in the basement, and they are still trying to determine a cause. An Amtrak train slammed into a tractor-trailer truck at a railroad crossing in Florida, killing the truck driver. The train was heading into the Tampa area earlier today when it hit the semi, which was hauling scrap metal. That truck then burst into flames, and the driver died at the scene. 2 passengers on that train were treated for minor injuries. Authorities say the railroad crossing was not on a public road and had warning lights as well as a crossing gate. The cause of that crash is still under investigation. A zoo in Tennessee will stay closed until this weekend while investigators figure out what sparked a fire there that killed 10 animals. Firefighters say the education building at the zoo in Chattanooga caught fire just after 11 o'clock last night. That building houses both offices and a rehabilitation area for sick and injured animals. There were about 20 small animals inside, including rabbits, parrots, and prairie dogs. Firefighters saved half of them about. Investigators say that fire appears to have been accidental.
The final cut goes to Wyoming now, where firefighters battled a blaze that started in an oil tank near a gas pipeline. That fire broke out this morning. Flames shot out of the tank and smoke billowed into the sky as firefighters tried to contain the fire. Nobody was hurt, but crews shut down Interstate 80 for 2 hours due to that blaze. The pipeline carries 700 barrels of crude oil per day, but a spokesperson says the fire will not affect any oil deliveries. People near Orlando are cleaning up tonight after a rare tornado there. The storm destroyed at least 4 buildings. About 40 others were damaged. Hundreds of homes and businesses were left without power last night. That tornado ripped off roofs, tore out trees, and even sent a manhole cover flying. Some people had to leave the area. 3 people suffered minor injuries.
Only on 12 tonight, cracking down on places that sell alcohol. Tonight, a police sting caught 24 bars, restaurants, and stores selling liquor to underage decoys. KPTV's Deborah Gill is live in Southeast Portland with a story you'll see only on 12. Deborah?
Shauna, this target is one of 132 places in Multnomah County that was checked tonight, and police tell us that a bottle of wine was sold to a 16-year-old boy here. Many favorite restaurants and stores tonight are facing citations and fines for breaking the law.
Asked for Corona to go and walked over to the register. He asked for my ID. I gave it to him. He looked at it and gave it back and still sold me the alcohol.
They had a sale. These teenagers went out with cops and Oregon liquor control inspectors to find out what places would do that.
It was pretty weird. I mean, you wouldn't think people would sell minors alcohol, but they still do.
Places like the Walmart in Wood Village or the Target at Mall 205 did sell alcohol to minors.
Grabbed a bottle of wine, walked to the register, handed it to the clerk. She asked my age and proceeded to sell it to me.
The teenagers did not try to look older with makeup or disguises or lie about their age when asked. They also handed over their real IDs.
They just kind of took a while to check the ID, and finally they're like, okay, you need to get out.
Many stores, bars, and restaurants did the right thing. At least a couple dozen, though, did not, and it shocked the decoys.
I don't know. It was quite amazing. It's like, who would do it these days?
Police immediately charged the clerks and bartenders who sold the alcohol. The businesses now face penalties against their permits and fines as well. The decoys tell us it was a good experience and would do it again.
To keep other people safe and out of trouble.
Now, many of the places cited tonight did not want to respond to us on camera. The people who sold the alcohol could face up to a year in jail and a more than $6,000 fine. Reporting live tonight in Southeast Portland, Deborah Gill, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, if you smoke, here's the airline for you. SMINT Air stands for Smokers International Airways. The airline will allow you and the crew to light up from takeoff to landing. Every seat will have a huge ashtray. Daily flights from Germany to China and Japan will start in October of next year. Hey, how would you like to lose weight with just a couple of staples in your ears? Sound too good to be true? Well, maybe it is. One chiropractor says there's a spot on your ears that when triggered will curb your cravings. A reporter at our affiliate in Dallas tried it out for 6 weeks, and guess what? He actually gained some weight.
I gained a pound.
Unfortunately, I think you fell into the 15% category.
Well, the chiropractor also told our reporter that some people lost up to 10 pounds a week with the staples, but when the reporter asked him for their names, the chiropractor never returned his calls. Some acupuncturists, though, say that chiropractor didn't know what he was doing and that acupuncture does work for some people.
After conquering internet advertising, Google is now tuning into the radio advertising market. Google's hiring a radio sales staff as it tries to move into offline media. The search engine leader says advertisers will be able to go online and sign up for targeted radio ads using the same system they use to buy web ads. Google hopes to begin brokering ads for radio stations by the end of the year. Well, here is a reason for holiday shoppers to cheer. PayPal is offering as much as $100 million in holiday rebates and free shipping to fend off competition from Google. Consumers can get $20 in cashback rebates from the payment service when they buy something on eBay. Several online merchants are also participating in the PayPal rebate, including Barnes & Noble, Starbucks, The Sharper Image, and Walgreens. Those rebates run from November 23rd to May 15th.
Okay, we all know that bras are meant to hold things, but a new bra hitting the market is even more useful than that. The No Plastic Bag Bra was unveiled today. It's made of recycled polyester and designed to transform from a bra into a shopping bag. Yeah, in no time flat. Lingerie maker Triumph developed that eco-friendly underwear. The company says that they made the bra to support the environment and discourage people, from overusing plastic shopping bags. The debut was made in Japan, partly because that country is known as one of the biggest consumers of plastic shopping bags. Hollywood is buzzing tonight.
Okay, it is buzzing tonight about a sexual assault lawsuit against Bill Cosby and how it has finally come to an end. Andrea Constance sued Cosby after she said the actor attacked her more than 2 years ago. She claims she was drugged and then assaulted by Cosby in his Philadelphia home. Cosby's publicist says he has settled the suit. Prosecutors never filed criminal charges against Cosby. Well, Britney Spears is taking New York by storm and living up the single life. Her soon-to-be ex-husband has filed court papers seeking custody of the couple's 2 kids. In documents filed earlier today, Kevin Federline is also seeking spousal support. A spokesperson says Federline will do whatever is necessary to protect and safeguard his children. Meanwhile, Spears was seen out and about in New York City, dining, shopping at the Gap, and also going ice skating. All that after she appeared on David Letterman and showed off her newly slimmed down figure. For all those who missed the Michael Jackson of the early 1980s, well, get ready for a thriller of a comeback. The pop legend is scheduled to perform the hit single Thriller at the World Music Awards in London next week. It'll be Jackson's first public performance since he was cleared of child abuse charges last year. The 14-minute Thriller video broke records when it was released in 1982. I still remember that. It was the most expensive music video ever made at the time, and to many, it is still known as one of the best. Money's no object when Tom Cruise takes his lady out on the town. In Touch Weekly says the enthusiastic star shelled out $10,000 for a dinner with fiancée Katie Holmes. Tom took Katie to Mastro's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills. The famous couple wanted privacy, so instead of a booth in the corner, Tom opted to pay $10 grand for a private dining room. The magazine says the pair have pre-wedding jitters. Katie barely touched her food, they say, while Tom ate just about everything on the menu.
Well, we do have a big event that's coming up on Friday. We're teaming up with a company called Shred It this Friday for a shredding event. You can have your bank statements, receipts, and old checks all shredded for free. You know, all those shoe boxes you have in your closet that you need to get rid of. That event takes place from 5 to 10 a.m. in the Barnes & Noble parking lot at Washington Square 2. Now, that's off the Greenberg Road exit in Tigard. Good Day Oregon's Andy Carson will be there all morning long. Please bring only one bag of papers to be shredded. And that is tonight's Final Cut.
I'm Tim Becker. Ahead in sports, the Blazers open a 3-game homestand against the 4-1 Lakers. Plus,
I can't thank them enough.
an emotional day for this Lake Oswego hoop player. I'll tell you why when we come back.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
It's a growing trend. Men going online to meet young kids.
Here at Fox 12, we want to help you protect your child from becoming a victim of internet predators.
As Multnomah County Sheriff, I encourage parents to be on the lookout for these warning signs. Does your child spend a lot of time online, especially at night? Does your child receive letters or gifts from someone you don't know? And has your child become withdrawn from the family?
Learn how to answer these questions and more at kptv.com.
Fox 12 Oregon and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office working together to keep your family safe.
There is a way to design a sedan that embraces the road and the driver. Introducing the 2007 Saturn Aura midsize sedan. Saturn, like always, like never before.
Qualified buyers get a new 2007 Saturn Aura with 4.9% APR financing and the GM 100,000-mile warranty.
The deep sleep of a Sleep Number bed. It's when the unconscious takes over to perform mind-body maintenance. Think of it as a leisurely trip to the land of renewal. Almost 90% of you sleep in this deep state longer with a Sleep Number bed. Just set your side to your own comfort level. Then, where you go after that is up to you. Find your Sleep Number at your local Select Comfort store today.
Is that second glass of wine putting you at risk for cancer? We'll tell you who needs to be careful coming up on the 11 o'clock news. First, live local.
Man, this thing is smunchy. Smunchy? Soft, melty, crunchy. It's smunchy.
I'm thinking Graffelti. Crunchy, soft, melty.
No, it's more about crunchy, chewy, cheesy. How about crunchy, wheezy? I love you.
Awkward.
I love you.
Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. For a textural taste sensation, think outside the bun.
Would you like to look younger without surgery? The Vanderveer Center specializes in a revolutionary new procedure, the Vanderveer Lift, which makes a healthy, youthful look possible. Developed by Dr. Elizabeth Vanderveer, national expert on non-surgical facelifts and facial mesotherapy. The Vanderveer Center treats men and women of all ages. The non-surgical facelift eliminates the signs of aging and restores healthy skin. A youthful, natural look is created without surgery, scars, or downtime. Call now and make an appointment for your complimentary consultation.
Welcome back. You want to bring back Blazer fans? Just beat the Lakers. That's always a step in the right direction now, isn't it? It was a tight game tonight till late second quarter. Zach Randolph snapping a 46-all tie on the way to another huge night. The Blazers finished the half strong. Jared Jack blows past Kobe to make it 50-46. And Martell Webster, starting for the injured Brandon Roy, hits a three. Blazers led 55-49 at halftime. By midway through the third, the lead was 13 after Ime Udoka's three-point shot made it 66-53 Blazers. The Lakers, trailing by as many as 17, cut it to 7 on Kobe's three-point play. He finished with 32 points, but they didn't have an answer for Randolph. Not when he's scoring from wherever he wanted to. A late three put it away. The Blazers beat LA 101-90. Randolph, with 36 points, has averaged 28 a game in their first 5 games. The Blazers, now 3-2, will host the Hornets on Friday. An emotional day for Lake Oswego senior Kevin Love, signing his letter of intent to play college hoops at UCLA today. Love announced his decision last summer, but the reality of it just starting to kick in.
It was tough. It was tough, you know, because this is the next 4 years of my life. I'm being a Bruin, and that's what I dreamed of, you know, my whole life. I've been going to UCLA games since I was a little kid when Coach Herrick coached there. So it's, you know, this is one of the greatest days of my life. Might be the greatest day of my life thus far.
And a bit of sad news tonight. Dayton High School football coach Dewey Sullivan passing away at the age of 71 this morning. Sullivan was the winningest coach in Oregon high school football history and touched thousands of lives along the way. More on his legacy tonight on the 11 o'clock news. Tim Becker, Fox 12 Sports.
Not all criminals wear gloves, and that's how cops bust a burglary ring, they say. I'm David Freitas. That story tonight, new at 11.
Also new at 11, keeping your house from going up in flames. How to stay warm this winter without putting your family at risk.
And you won't want to miss the most viral video of the day. We'll show you what Kevin Federline is saying that's making this video clip the most popular on the web. That's only on the 11 o'clock news.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
See, Dad? This car is very fiscally responsible. I found that people don't realize how powerful it is. I just hit the gas, and it gets great mileage. I can't afford not to feel that adrenaline rush that comes with variable valve timing that gets you 37 miles a gallon, and that is pretty sweet. And I thought you, especially you, would appreciate it.
The fuel-efficient and powerful Corolla S. Now get $500 cash back on Corolla. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Mattress World's having a free mattress sale.
Purchase select Sealy, Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, or Stearns & Foster and get a premium guest bed absolutely free.
Purchase a luxury mattress set and get a second set worth $500 absolutely free.
No interest, no payments for 1 full year and free delivery.
Sale ends November 30th.
Mattress World's hard-to-find locations will save you money.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
We can't beat any price on any comparable mattress, and the mattress is free.
Wow, nice job.
See, I told you we could do it ourselves.
Huh. When you're thinking Arby's, you can't think about anything else. Like 4 Arby's Swiss melts for just $5. Delicious thinly sliced roast beef topped with melted Swiss on a toasted sesame seed bun. At 4 for only $5, this mouth-watering deal will have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Your favorite 10 o'clock news was voted best overall newscast in the city. Turn to the #1 Emmy Award-winning 10 o'clock news team every night for news that's first, live, and local.
Wake up to an entire year of savings with Comcast. For just $33 a month, get America's #1 high-speed internet with McAfee security, enhanced cable TV with on-demand, or Comcast digital voice with unlimited nationwide long distance and 12 popular calling features. That's right, only $33 each per month for 12 months. Subscribe to 1, 2, or all 3. It's your choice. Offer extended through Thursday. Call 1-800-COMCAST now for one of our best deals ever.
A Hummer can take you places you've never been before, now with 0% financing. And there's only one place to become a Hummer owner. That's Vic Alfonso Hummer, Oregon's exclusive dealership with the largest Hummer inventory around. Own a new 2006 H2 with 0% financing for up to 72 months or factory discounts up to $6,500. Don't be left behind. If you've got places to go, go to Vic Alfonso Hummer first. What other luxury dealerships try to be.
Your next home improvement project is just a mouse click away. Log on to kptv.com. Click on Better Homes and Garden. Check out qualified contractors for your home improvement needs. Brought to you by ReliableRemodeler.com.
Now on the 11 o'clock news, local cops bust up a suspected burglary ring that's been operating for nearly a year. How they caught up with the accused and why 10 kids are believed to be involved.
You might want to check your freezer before you go to bed. The recall that could spoil your appetite and news you need to know.
Also, why is this convict standing on the roof? Tonight you will find out in the top 3. The 11 o'clock news starts now. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. Here's a look at Fox 12's top stories at 11.
Well, Christine Johansson was a teaching assistant at Hudson Park Elementary School on the campus here behind me. But according to this indictment, she's now facing 24 counts of sex abuse. Take a look at Johansson's mugshot here. Prosecutors say she had sex with a 15-year-old boy multiple times, leading to 10 counts of rape. The boy was a student at this high school, and parents say they're now faced with trying to explain things to their own kids.
You know, you have to explain to them what it is, and then, you know, they ask why they did it, and, you know, we don't have answers. Some people just do odd things.
I tried to get a comment from Johansson, but the person who answered the door at her house slammed it shut. Reporting from Rainier tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 11 o'clock news.
Well, tonight, cops need your help to catch the man who shot a Vancouver teenager right here in front of this store, and most of it was caught on camera. Around 11 o'clock last night, 18-year-old Aaron Sims says he was waiting for a ride in front of the Bilo Food Mart when 2 men in a light blue Buick pulled right up to him. On this security video, you can see one man gets out and confronts Sims, accusing him of wearing gang colors. Then all of a sudden, Sims says he heard a gunshot and realized he got hit in his right leg. Then the men drove off. You can see that he limps into the store to try and call for help. And finally, his friend shows up to take him to the hospital. Deputies say the shooter is a Hispanic man in his 20s, and the men were in a light blue, mid-80s Buick Century. If you know anything about this shooting, call the Clark County Sheriff's Office. In Vancouver tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 11 o'clock news.
Well, the Cowlitz River this evening has finally dropped below flood stage, but the cleanup of nearby homes still goes on tonight. High water from the Cowlitz River near Castle Rock hit about 24 homes. Tonight, at least 8 are still surrounded by high water. Some were flooded on the inside as well, one with at least 5 feet of water. Emergency crews say Cowlitz County was declared a state of emergency on Monday. But the river is slowly dropping, and homeowners are finally getting their homes cleaned up. In Kelso tonight, David Wilson, the 11 o'clock news.
And KPTV's David Freitas joins us now live with what's new at 11.
Police in Woodland, Washington say they've busted a burglary ring. They've arrested 3 adults and 10 kids. They say we're smashing windows and stealing cash from local businesses.
Tonight, burgers and fries topped the menu at the Eager Beaver, a neighborhood drive-in police say got broken into twice in just the last year.
It's just the feeling of, you know, that somebody was in your place that shouldn't have been there.
About a dozen business owners in Woodland had that exact same feeling, including a local beauty shop.
Do you want me to de-poof you right there?
Where owners say a break-in through the back window cost them hundreds of dollars in cash.
But we're a lot more careful. We've taken precautionary steps to not put ourselves in that situation.
The VFW has done the same.
The window that was broken was this window right here.
Cops say veterans of war were also victims of this crime ring.
It happened so long ago that I had almost forgotten about it.
But cops hadn't forgotten. They got fingerprints at a few of the crime scenes and got a big break in the case when they matched up to 3 adult suspects, Jeremy Harkness, Philip King, and Joshua King. Plus, they've linked some of the crimes to 10 underage suspects. And earlier this week, they started making arrests, shocking business owners.
We kind of gave up on finding out who did it.
Now these owners want justice, and with many of the places hit, small businesses, they're also looking for payback.
I think that they should have to pay everybody back. I wish that there was a rule that made them pay people back what they owe.
Cops say the motive behind the crime was money for drugs. They say so far they've linked these suspects to about 24 burglaries, and they suspect they're going to link them to more. Live from the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom, David Freitas, the 11 o'clock news.
And now it's time to take a look at the top 3 stories across the nation tonight, and the first one really shocked the world.
After a series of thoughtful conversations, Secretary Rumsfeld and I agreed that the timing is right for new leadership at the Pentagon.
President Bush announcing today he has accepted Donald Rumsfeld's resignation. It comes just a week after the president publicly stood by the Secretary of Defense. He nominated former CIA Director Robert Gates to replace Rumsfeld. Gates will have to be confirmed by the Senate. Another big shakeup at the nation's capital. This one comes as the Democratic Party will soon take control of both chambers of the U.S. Congress. The final vote counting today sealed the deal. A victory for challenger Jim Webb in Virginia helped the Democrats take control of the Senate today. When the new session begins, it will mark the first time Democrats controlled both the House and the Senate in 12 years. California Democrat Nancy Pelosi will become the first woman Speaker of the House in U.S. history. And a judge has sentenced convicted sniper Lee Malvo to yet another life sentence, this time for the murders of 6 people in Maryland. The 21-year-old is already serving a life sentence for murders in Virginia, so he will probably never serve that sentence in Maryland. Malvo and John Muhammad went on a 3-week shooting rampage in the Washington, D.C. area in 2002.
The top 3 international stories take us to Iraq now, where new violence killed more than 60 people today. At least 8 people died when terrorists unleashed heavy gunfire at a soccer field in Baghdad. South of there, a bomb in a minivan exploded at an open-air market, killing half a dozen others. Also today, the military says U.S. forces killed 14 suspected terrorists, captured another 48, and rescued a kidnapped Iraqi policeman in a pair of raids outside Baghdad. In Germany, the warden of this prison is trying to figure out how an inmate managed to climb onto the roof today. Just 2 days after his trial started, he managed to escape custody and ended up on top of the prison. He is a violent prisoner, too, accused of kidnapping and raping a 13-year-old girl and recording those crimes on tape. Prosecutors say this roof stunt may help their case against him. Come Skull, come all for a celebration of the dead in Bolivia today. Although All Saints' Day falls on November 1st, a similar but older holiday called the Day of the Skulls takes place on November 8th. Bolivians in La Paz celebrate by carrying skulls to a church in a local cemetery. In Bolivia, it is believed that people have 7 souls and 1 remains in the skull after death. Worshippers ask the skulls for their blessing, trying to increase their odds by offering cigarettes, flowers, and songs.
And now your top 3 takes us to the Northwest and the Seattle area, where record rainfalls caused dramatic flooding, some worse than what we've seen around here. Take a look. 2 King County men are back on dry land after getting stuck in floodwaters. They were trying to drive across the high water when the water started moving too fast. So rescuers used a boat to get up the highway to rescue one driver. He had to sit on the roof of his truck until help arrived. Soon after that rescue, they had to go back out to get a man and his dog who were both stranded near the first driver. Rescuers say the lesson in all of this: avoid driving through standing waters. The FBI is looking into whether convicted murderer and sex offender Joseph Duncan might be involved in the murder of a Montana teenager. Somebody found that teen dead in North Dakota 4 years ago. Duncan was living in Fargo when the teen disappeared. The FBI says it's a long way from naming Duncan a suspect in the case, but says there could be a link. Last month, Duncan pleaded guilty to killing members of the Groney family in Coeur d'Alene last year. And Seattle's mayor says it will be, quote, very difficult, if not impossible, to keep the Sonics in Seattle now that voters denied a proposal to renovate Key Arena. A group called Citizens for More Important Things led the charge to keep taxpayer dollars from paying for improvements to the arena. That means the NBA's Sonics could be looking for a new place to call home.
The 11 o'clock news goes local now with a reminder about Fox 12's big event coming up on Friday. You'll want to join Good Day Oregon's Andy Carson on Friday morning in the Barnes & Noble parking lot at Washington Square 2 off the Greenberg Road exit in Tigard. That is where we are teaming up with a company called Shred It for a big shredding event. The company will shred 1 bag of your personal information for free. So bring your old bank statements and credit offers to the event from 5 to 10 a.m. this Friday.
Now, Portland's first complete forecast at 11 from your first live local weather team.
Well, the weather was kind of quiet this morning, but by late this afternoon, scattered showers, thunderstorms around, lots of cold air arriving above, the atmosphere kind of rolling over, and even spots of hail out there, too. Here's how it looks on our river cam at this hour, and things are pretty quiet. Now, I did catch a great picture earlier today in the same spot. See, with the river quite high, lots of logs. You've probably seen that if you traveled over the Willamette or the Columbia River. And you notice lots of logs will get stuck, and that's, of course, bad because then they run into things like right here at OMSI, the the submarine while the tug comes and pulls all the stuff out of there, and that keeps it clean. So kind of interesting there. Notice this was about mid-afternoon, no showers at that point. There were heavy showers before we had these pictures, and there were more showers a bit later. Now, at Portland at this hour, 46 degrees. It's a cooler rain now, isn't it? You can feel it. The humidity pretty high, of course, but look at the snow level way down to 3,400 feet. Yes, it's snowing in all the Cascade Passes right now, so be prepared. If you're going over to Central Oregon or to the east side tomorrow, you will run into some snow, especially in the morning. Afternoon, maybe not so bad, because nothing fresh will be falling tomorrow. Tomorrow's kind of our day in between storms. It'll stay cool. Notice these temperatures at this hour, quite a bit cooler than last night at this time. Already in the 30s at Redmond and Burns. It's a little weather system that's moving through that gave us all the showers. Notice it's cleared the coast range now, so things will start to break up, and we have a quiet day coming up for tomorrow. But look at this big curl out here, a powerful Pacific storm developing. Once again, we're going to see a lot more of these in the next 7 to 10 days. We're definitely in a stormy pattern, but you get the cold air behind, the warm air in front. The center of this low will track up into southeast Alaska, so big high windstorm, not a problem. But lots of rain and just kind of a breezy day coming up for Friday. That arrives, I think, on Friday morning. The jet stream coming right in at us. So this one, and then there's another one behind it for Sunday that looks even stronger. So we've got lots more busy weather coming up, so enjoy the break tomorrow. Look at the rainfall forecast. Yeah, maybe a sprinkle in the afternoon. That should be about it. It's pretty obvious when the next big cold front arrives, right about there. Look at the screen just fill in with rain and snow in the mountains this time. So that's the good news. We're going to start developing a pretty big snowpack coming up here over the next 7 days or so. 52 at Lincoln City tomorrow, 54 at Newport, partly cloudy skies, maybe a sprinkle, but that's about it. In the valley, same thing, just partly cloudy, maybe a shower in the morning. I think most likely most of you will stay dry. East side, you've got the snow showers tonight. Tomorrow morning, maybe a shower, and then that's it. Look for partly cloudy skies. In the Cascades, I'm saying 4 to 6 inches. That's a total of this afternoon through tomorrow morning. Then during the daytime tomorrow, things break up. Notice the snow level pretty low, though, at 3,000 feet. And your first live and local forecast here in town, maybe a morning shower. Wouldn't be surprised if we get by with a completely dry day, maybe an afternoon sprinkle, but 52 degrees, a cool day for this time of the year, and really not much of any wind. Then, as we go into Friday, looks like a rainy day. Saturday, maybe a brief break, but boy, Sunday looks stormy. I don't think we'll see damaging winds.